Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Baylor Worldwide Television News. Sports feature, boxing. We've got breaking news. Bermane Stiverne, who was due to be fighting Alexander Povetkin for the #1 spot in the heavyweight division for the WBC #1 spot, that fight got cancelled because Povetkin was caught testing positive for banned substances. Since then, there was a Povetkin still fought Duhaupas on the night that the Stiverne fight, or the weekend the Stiverne fight got cancelled. Duhaupas then got knocked out by Povetkin. Povetkin since has been found with has failed another drugs test and has become positive again for banned substances. The fallout of that is that, as I have said before, and I've been alluding to a few times, that the possibilities of Bermane Stiverne, the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, hailing from Haiti and Canada, of his ranking to be the #1 contender for Deontay Wilder, the possibilities of that would have been very high. I said it in my last show. I've been saying it over and over and over again. But yeah, fight fans were talking about him fighting Dillian White, him fighting this person, him fighting that person. Well, he might do in the future. But if you're on the verge of getting a chance to fight for your title again, you're not going to fight the guy ranked 10th in the world if you're ranked #2 in the world. So now it's official by the WBC. Bermane Stiverne is the #1 contender for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. That is owned by Deontay Wilder, who himself defends his title, the WBC title, against Gerald Washington on February the 25th. So I suppose the Povetkin's people are going to have to fight the drugs charge, and they're going to also have to fight the WBC. So it's boxing fans, I can understand, will say, well, what has Bermane Stiverne done to deserve a shot at the heavyweight championship world yet again? He got beat by Wilder. He had one fight against Rossi, and now he's fighting for the title again. You could say that, but it's not the first time in world boxing you had guys that fight for world titles over and over again. Matthew Macklin being one of those guys. Rosado is another. Now, I can understand where fight fans are thinking, hey, I don't want to see that fight again. We saw the result the first time round. I can understand that as well. But if you've got a problem with that, then blame Povetkin. Povetkin was the guy that stood in the way of Bermane Stiverne getting an opportunity to fight for the title again. So you can blame Povetkin for that. But now he's #1 contender. Deontay Wilder will have to make a mandatory defense. I mean, I can't remember the last time Deontay Wilder made a mandatory defense of his title. I know. And a lot of people have been critical of Deontay Wilder, but if you look at the top 10 of the WBC rankings, Deontay has beaten 3 of those champions, or 3 of those ranked contenders. Duhaupas, who's the other guy? Duhaupas, Schwilka, and Stiverne. So you can be harsh what you want, and you could say, well, those guys that are in the top 10 were maneuvered from obscurity to there. I can understand that, but it is what it is. And now we have Stiverne and Wilder lining up again. Let's see, people in the room are talking. Let's try and get some. I didn't even have no audience with me. That's not good. So I wanted to break the news to you to let you know what's going on. Now, let me see if my lovely audience are in the room. You're in the mood. Let's turn this volume up as well so you guys can hear me clearly. So that's the news. So I can't stay long on this, but that's the news regarding Stiverne and Wilder and being ranked #1 in the world. Stiverne feels that he lost the title under interesting circumstances. Others will look at it as he just clearly got beat by the better man on the night. The first thing people will ask is, well, what can he do any better than the first fight? We can't say, nobody can say to me that wasn't an interesting fight. Nobody can't say it was an exciting fight, because it was. But how much has Deontay Wilder improved since that fight? And how much has Bermane Stiverne got left, which makes the fight interesting? Nobody's really seen Bermane since the last fight. So we're back here again. Let me hear what people are saying in the room before we end this. Round of applause. A shout out to Noble Cornflower, Bad Bart, Vander G, the bad guy. Let's give these people a round of applause. Welcome to the room. If you are hearing the news live as well, I will get reaction from Bermane, Don House, and those people that matter in this situation. Cornflower, Noble Cornflower says, good, Stiverne deserves a second chance. Bad Bart says, hello Ingram, I'm catching this live. Thank you. Cornflower says, LOL, Stiverne is not alone. Klitschko is doing it right away. Vander G says, let it play out for now, I say. Fury will scoop up all the titles again when the time comes. That'll be interesting. Be interesting to see what Fury does when he does come back. A lot of people are saying that he's going to have a nice walk to the title. Well, Lennox Lewis didn't have a nice walk to the title. He had to go to court. And I wouldn't be surprised if Fury would have to go to court to get title shots. We'll see. Evander G says, good showing. Well, I just got started. The bad guy says, damn, Wilder has to go through hell again? Stiverne don't stop coming forward. So, ask yourself the question, what has Deontay Wilder learned from Molina, Duhaupas, Svilka, and Ariola? What has he learned? Has he improved? Is he a better fighter? He's saying his right hand's going to be even stronger than it was before. Does that mean he's going to have more metal plating in the hand? I don't know what to think or what to say. I know a lot of people don't want to see the fight again. If Bermane Stiverne has nothing much more to offer, then Deontay Wilder hasn't got much to worry about. But if Stiverne can put 50% more in, then we've got a great fight in our hands. So, what do you lot think? What's your opinion? How are you feeling about this fight now? You've got Deontay Wilder, who will be forced to fight mandatory. I can't remember the last time that Deontay Wilder fought a mandatory. I don't know. When was the last time that Deontay Wilder fought a mandatory? Very interesting. While I'm at it, and I'm here talking to you all, check out a live interview I did recently with Mr. James Ali-Bashir, Uncle James Ali-Bashir, the trainer of Alexander Usyk, and also the assistant trainer for Vladimir Klitschko, and the new trainer for the heavyweight out of South Africa, the Giant King. You'll get to hear from the Giant King himself, live from South Africa. His trainer, Soon Boots, and Uncle Bashir himself. They reflect on Dave Big Price's defeat last night to Christian Hammer. The Giant King, who was used as a sparring partner for Tyson for the Fury fight. So it should be very interesting to hear what he's got to say and what you, the boxing fans, have got to say. All right. I haven't got a lot more to say on this. Just to let you know, Bermane Stiverne is the #1 contender for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. I know a lot of people were naysaying and saying it wouldn't happen. I told you. I keep telling you people. I told you about Frampton. I kind of told you what was going to happen with Pricey. Now we've got this Bermane situation. I told you about the Dave Colwell situation. It wasn't going to end good for Pricey. And it just seemed to be a good time at the moment in terms of getting things right. Maybe it's a purple patch for me, but this will be interesting. It will be interesting whether Deontay Wilder will honor the WBC mandatory position, and whether he will take Bermane Stiverne again. There is genuine bad blood between these two guys. Every time I've spoken to Bermane Stiverne, conversations go well, but as soon as you mention the name Deontay Wilder, it all goes. Any Noble Cornflower says any top 3 WBC would do for Wilder: Stiverne, Luis Ortiz, or Kubrat Pulev. Well, it's about bloody time we faced, the #1 contender. The one thing is, if you look at all the guys that Deontay Wilder fought, they weren't ranked in the top 10 when he fought them. They were ranked in the top 10 either after he fought them, or they were boosted, like they were probably ranked 20th in the world and got put up the rankings. Joe Washington is a reasonable opponent after his hand injury surgery. Okay. Yo, Ingram, good show. Prolific Genius. Mr. Prolific, good to see you in the room as always. Let's give you a shout out. Prolific Genius is in the room. Now, this is meant to be a short show, but the numbers are going and growing quite quickly. But yeah, that's the fallout. As I said, Bermane Stiverne, #1 contender. Alexander Povetkin, he's got some problems. He's got some issues. And those Povetkin fans that were in denial, saying that Povetkin was not cheating, it was a stitch up. Well, I don't know how many tests you have to go through and fail, and you've got to ask yourself the question over and over and over again. And even when you're caught, you still fight. Povetkin fans are blinded. The guy's a drugs cheat. You've got to ask yourself the question. People like Mike Perez, Takam, Shah, all those guys, Klitschko himself, Duhaupas, all those guys that fought Povetkin should be looking to sue that guy. No word of a lie. They should be suing him. Because all those guys' careers, look, the brutal knockouts that he's caused. I would step it back from since the Klitschko fight. He certainly looked bigger, stronger, punching harder since the Klitschko defeat. So from the Klitschko fight onwards, you've got to ask yourself the question. Those guys who fought after the Klitschko fight for Povetkin, Povetkin, they need to be seriously looking again at whether Povetkin was on some sort of substance. The guy's been exposed as a blatant cheat, and there are no excuses anymore. He's out of the heavyweight picture, at least the WBC picture, and I can't see how they're going to reinstall him as a #1 contender based on the fact that he's failed so many drug tests. Personally, he should be banned from boxing, shouldn't be allowed back into boxing because of it. The bad guy says Wilder and Stiverne both got a big fight taken away from them because of Povetkin. Well, they'll fight one another again. And nobody really can say it was a boring first fight. It'll be fireworks. And that first press conference, you can't say that first press conference wasn't exciting. I've seen some boring press conferences. I mean, Klitschko Joshua was a boring press conference. Belly was exciting. But I'll tell you, Wilder, Stiverne, that was an exciting press conference. It had everything to it. It had tension. It had Don King. It had Bomb Squad. And it had Stiverne talking about catching a case. Well, I tell you something. The rematch will be even more spicy. I just want to hear the first press conference between these two guys. It's going off. And as you know, Bayloric Worldwide Television will be having live and exclusive footage from behind the Stiverne camp. As you know, we've done it before. We'll be doing it again. Let's hope he doesn't come back. Povetkin had his second chance. For how long are they going to make a mockery out of boxing? I asked the WBC, I asked Suleiman when I saw him in London, and I asked the supervisor when I asked him in London, why is Povetkin still fighting when he's been caught with drugs? And that was around the Brook Golovkin fight. So that tells you something, doesn't it? Does this mean that Stiverne might fight Ortiz next? No. It means that he is the #1 contender and he will be fighting Wilder next. No Ortiz. Number 1 contender. Wilder is next. That's what it means. It means direct. Hi, Ingrid. Was Stiverne not feeling 100% for the first fight? Joseph Jospic and Adam Scott, give you a shout out and welcome to the room. Well, he was talking about feeling dehydrated and all the rest of it. I mean, you can catch all those interviews. The last interview we've done with Bermane Stiverne is on the channel just before the end of the year. So we'll be talking to Bermane shortly. We'll have another live show and we'll invite you guys and girls back in the room to talk to Bermane again. I'm excited. I'm excited. I really am excited. I guess, as a channel and with Bermane, we've kind of grown to love Bermane. A guy at first that didn't really say a lot, wasn't talking much, but you've seen him do open conversations and live chats and got a lot of time for Bermane. His work he does in Haiti. And for things like that, I know that Wilder does stuff for his daughter, and that's all good, but I'd love to see Stiverne win the title again. Redemption, it'd be great. And if he were to beat Wilder, then he would have beaten somebody, unbeaten record, considered one of the best heavyweights in the world, a good win. And to come back after defeat, that would be a great performance. Question is, what have they learned? What has Don House and Bermane learned from the last fight, and what will they do differently this time around? You know, it'll be very interesting. I have no doubt Bermane will perform better than the first fight when he was dehydrated. I have no doubt as well. No doubt whatsoever. It's going to be a great fight. I tell you, that fight is going to be explosive because Bermane's going to be bringing it with some serious heat. And Wilder will be just as much wanting to defend his corner. It's a great fight. It's going to be a great fight. I really think it's going to be a great fight. So I'm really looking at it. Ortiz already ordered to fight the winner of AJ versus Vladimir Klitschko. Well, then Ortiz better get himself ready to fight Vladimir Klitschko. That's what I think. But I think 27 will answer many questions. I said, and I keep saying it, this is the year of exposure. Mark my words, 2017, kingdoms will fall and kingdoms will rise. Those who've been at the top for a while will fall. Undefeated records will be exposed. Promoters and managers who think in the past they could get away with saying any BS. People are onto you now. And the world is getting fed up of people BSing, getting fed up of people not telling the truth. 2017, mark my words. I keep saying it. People keep ignoring me. This is going to be one hell of a year, I'm telling you. 2017, as Noble has just said, many questions will be answered. Frauds will be exposed. Telling you, I keep saying it, but don't listen. But it's okay. I told you about Coldwell years ago. People laughed and joked and said, oh, I'm talking rubbish, and defended them. See, the one thing I have to say before I end this is that I've noticed there's a trend. When you get something wrong, people are sensationally going to come on your channel and shout you down and tell you, oh, you didn't know what you were talking about. Get something right, and they'll say people don't say a peep, a squat, a nothing. Nothing. Go back and look at my video where I talk about Coldwell. David Price hires Dave Coldwell. Go back and look at that video. It's on Bayloric TV boxing channel. Go back and look at that video and tell me if I've not predicted word for word what happened. I said Coldwell would come and get in charge, get appointed. When he got appointed, they would fight a bunch of bums, and then they would fight somebody half decent and get beat. I said it. I said it. And what happened? What happened? How can you get rid of Tommy Brooks and have Coldwell in your corner? I'm not disrespecting Dave Coldwell. He wasn't up to the task. So that's it. David Price wants to make them sort of decisions and be comfortable, then fine. Great news 27 will be, oh, fire. There will be fire in 2017. I'm excited. I really am excited. I'm excited. I am. And I'm just looking forward to Wilder, Stiverne too. I really am. And us being able to follow that journey even more intensely than we did last time round. So, Rafferty the Don, man, let me give you a shout out, brother. Let me give you a shout out. Rewind, come again. Yeah, that's how we like it. Rafferty the Don, gonna give you a shout out, man. And I've got to say to you, that remix you did was absolutely awesome. Loved it. play it every so often, and I find it absolutely top notch. Good man, appreciated. Yeah, can you give that to the chef, aka Imi, watching your show from work? Big Bayloric TV fan. Imi the chef. Massive shout out. I hope you're cooking something up really good, and I hope it's being cooked up better than what Chris Eubank Jr. cooked up for us last night. That's what he cooked up last night. I don't know what ingredients were in there, but it were the ingredients necessary to beat Gennady Golovkin, James DeGale. I don't know what he was cooking up last night, but it probably delusions of grandeur last night. Very delusional indeed. But shout out to Imi. Imi, where are you? Where are you at the moment? I know you're a chef at the moment, but where are you at? What you cooking, or where you know where you at? Where you are in the world? Let me know. Rafferty the Don, great stuff there. So yeah, as I said, Bermane Stiverne, I'm really happy to hear. I'm really be happy for Bermane. I'm not happy, and I'm a straight shooter, and Bermane knows it as well. Shout out to Hotel Henry, big yeah. Hotel Henry, this is for you. Hope you well. So there's your shout outs there. What can I tell you? Yeah, I'm really happy for Bermane, but I'm not happy. I'm not. Here are things I'm not happy about. I'm not happy that Bermane Stiverne hasn't fought anybody since the Rafferty fight. Since the I can't remember the guy fought the other day. Oh man, fought last January. Oh, I forgot the guy's name. Oh. The last guy Bermane won, got knocked down in the first round, came back and won on points. I'm not happy at the moment. I really am not happy. Bermane has not taken a warm-up fight for this fight against Wilder. I hope, to heaven's sake, he gets a warm-up fight, Bermane Stiverne. I hope he gets. And the kind of guy I would look for him to get a warm-up fight would be somebody like Robert Helenius. That'd be a nice warm-up fight. Not, he's not finished, but he's got the height and reach. Derek Rossi, thank you so much for a reminder. Since Derek Rossi, Bermane Stiverne hasn't fought. So I'm not one of these guys who's going to be biased and say, oh, because it's on my channel, or because we did interviews with him, that we're just going to be biased. No. You call a spade a spade. He's not fought since January last year. Okay, so he needs to be in the ring. He needs to be fighting. He needs to get sharp. He looked sharp for the Povetkin fight. I need to see him in the ring fighting. Maybe late February, early March. Just a tune-up bout so we can see what Stiverne looks like now. But then maybe he's not going to fight and take a chance and rest his body and recuperate and be ready for Wilder. Maybe so. So then he catches Wilder by surprise. I don't know, but I would like to see Stiverne fighting. I really would. Especially at the age that he's at. I'm not trying to be ageist there, but 37, I think it's 37, 30, something like that. He's spring chicken. 36, 37, something like that. Bermane is. He needs to be fighting. So I think anybody who's a fan of Bermane Stiverne would want to see him be fighting. So just like the belief that Tyson Fury is just going to come back and become world heavyweight champion in one fight, I don't sign up to that either. I think he needs to get warm-ups as well. And Hughie Fury, he's another one. He's got his fight against Parker. I don't think, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I think he's going to New Zealand. It's a tough task to go to New Zealand, and he's going to have no favourites. He's not going to get the red carpet rolled out to him by the judges or the referee. And fitness, stamina, conditioning, mental fitness is what I'm talking here, and overcoming the demons from the Cassie fight and the illness he had, all those things I've talked about before. There's a lot of things to carry into a ring, go across New Zealand and fight. So there's a lot of things, and what time will tell whether that fight actually does happen, or it's cancelled, or whatever else. So and Klitschko obviously against Joshua. I would like to see Klitschko get a warm up, but then he's a consummate pro, Klitschko. Ingram, Imi's cooking mixes with us at hotel. Okay, Is your hotel in the UK? If so, I'd like one day to come to the hotel and be served with myself and my wife to be served a nice meal. I would really appreciate that. So thanks for the shout outs, Ingram. Good show. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Please look out for the other stuff, not just the boxing I do on this channel. Please look at the other stuff I look on the channel as well. Advocacy, I love doing advocacy journalism. I'm all for that. And please check it out. I think that's about it from me. I think I've said what I've got to say on the matter. I will definitely get a hold of Bermane when I can. And as soon as I can, we'll get a live show with Bermane Stiverne and get you all in the room. And you can fire your questions off at Bermane. As of it, I've got nothing more to say for now. Keep your hands up, keep your guard up, keep punching. This is Ingram Jones from Bayloric Worldwide Television with a sports feature. We're out. Take care of yourself and one another. I'm out.